There are still people in this world who are going in harm's way every day for some basic survival needs. Women in the developing world face enormous obstacles as they work to feed their families. Just acquiring wood for cooking is a source of great hardship. Collecting wood is dangerous and nearly impossible in heavily deforested areas. And buying wood can eat up more than a third of household income. Cooking itself takes many hours a day for a typical woman in Africa. Furthermore, about 4.3 million people die each year from breathing smoke from traditional wood-burning fires. That is more deaths than from malaria, tuberculosis, and AIDS combined. Potential Energy believes that improving everyday tasks can change the very course of a person's life. With our clean cook stoves, we're working to change how people cook, making it faster, cheaper, and safer.
Potential Energy is a social enterprise. And as an enterprise, you really want your consumers demanding your product. And best way to do that is to engage them in the design and the way the prototype works.
A core value at Potential Energy has been to focus on responsiveness to customer needs. And in this case, our customer are the women who cook in the refugee camps in Darfur.
Dr. Ashok Gadgil and volunteers from the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory and Engineers Without Borders developed, tested, and refined the stove. Today, the Berkeley Darfur stove is one of the most efficient and cost-effective wood-burning stoves on the market.
Very often for the end user, what matters is that it's convenient. If you are going to sell it, it needs to be affordable, it needs to be robust, and they need tens of thousands of these, hundreds of thousands of these.
Potential Energy was founded to help get the stoves out of the lab and into the hands of the women who need them most.
Their whole culture is tied very closely to a particular way in which they cook. And you don't want to disrupt that because that is the one last thing they're hanging on to.
In 2015, after having distributed 45,000 stoves in Darfur, we moved to Uganda, where we are now bringing the stove to low-income families across the country. We have set up a tight system that brings together local partners, a dependable supply chain, and coordinated distribution channels. The stoves are manufactured in India and assembled in Uganda, where we provide jobs to 7 locals.
The impact that a simple thing like a cook stove can have on women's lives is impressive. The time and money they can save can act as a catalyst for many improvements in their lives. But before they can do this, they must be able to afford the stove. That's why we've started a fundraising campaign to reduce the cost of the stove, making it available for as many Ugandans as possible. With your support, we can reduce the number of people who die every year from dirty cooking.
Potential Energy has already impacted the lives of over 250,000 people through the distribution of 46,000 stoves that families use today. We plan to reach hundreds of thousands of more people in Uganda and beyond. With your help, we can. Your donation is really an investment in technology innovations, in small business, and in the potential of many women and children whose lives can change for the better through our work.